Welcome, viewers. God has been faithful. You see, we are doing well. Face powder kiasi, Kalibam, and Lily bado anaomoka. Anyway, welcome to our today's video. And I'm not a prophet of doom anymore. I'm going to teach you or to share experience on a real life experience from a woman who managed because she knew the law. She did the right thing. She accumulated the right documentation. Let us call her Agnes. Agnes is the first mother of some children, and she meets this man who is also a father, a widow actually, and has children, and then decided to get married. And you know, when you love and trust, you go all the way. So this man, let us call him Jay, he introduces Agnes to his parents, and then his parents visit Agnes' home, and they do what is supposed to do to initiate a marriage process in their culture. Agnes didn't know that she was in it alone. Actually, the guy, as she came to learn later, was just a user. And that's what he does to so many women. He uses women and enhances them. So this time he's doing all this to convince Agnes that he intends to marry her. So what happens later? He takes her to their home, and Jay's parents give them a place to build a home. So that becomes a matrimonial property. So they agree because Agnes has a good job, and because Jay is a bit committed in his finances, Agnes uses her savings to start constructing the home. And when it gets to the rental level, then Jay, he will have now retired and he has his pension. He'll take over and complete their home. Also, that's what Agnes thought was going to happen. So Agnes invests a lot in that home. She builds that home. She invests her money in that home. Because she has a good job and she has the money. And she's married, of course. But what happens later? She discovers this man is not in it in the first place. She doesn't know her husband is taking her for a ride. But there's something that is wonderful about the parents. And that's why today I'm talking about mother and a father-in-law from heaven. They know their son so well. They know the son is a player. They know he has played more women before. But they decide they are not going to allow this man to play Agnes. Through this process, Agnes is not aware she's being played. So Agnes has a very good job. The husband also has a good job. But the husband is like using Agnes. But when you're in marriage, you never realize you are being used, by the way. You are so much full of love. Love all over. You never realize this guy is playing you. All the red flags are there. Agnes cannot notice that she's being played. So 5 years down the line, the man tells Agnes, start putting up our home, construct a beautiful home, construct a beautiful house. When it gets to the lintel, then I'll have retired, I'll bring my pension, we shall complete building this house. And Agnes goes very fast, spends a lot of money, builds that home, builds actually 2 houses, one to completion, the other one to lintel. And then what happens when this man retires? He disappears and goes away completely. She can't even trace him. The next time he appears, he's telling her she's trespassing into his land and that she should pack and leave. Because he has found a new wife, a young wife not as old as her, very fine bright wife, without children, he wants to start off again. So the parents to this man, let us call him Jay, get involved. So what does Jay do? Of course he's tuned. He has dollars from his pension. He wants to pay everybody to evict Agnes. According to him, she has trespassed. What story is he spreading around? That he met Agnes on a line, which is not true, and she came and settled in his home by force. She blackmailed his parents and settled by force. What a big lie. So why does it take him 5 years to discover that she has trespassed? So the man sends policemen to the home. And Agnes is asking the policeman, do you have a court order? You know what this Jay, this husband called Jay, doesn't know is that Agnes has gone through so much in her past marriage, she has actually learned the law the hard way. So she's asking the police, do you have a court order? You are coming to evict me, do you have a court order? They say no, we have been sent by the OCS. So Agnes calls the OCS and she's asking the OCS, is your police station a court that gives orders to evict people? And the OCS says, no, you have trespassed, and that's why we are evicting you. So Agnes, in all full confidence and empowered with the right law, she tells the OCS, you have no right to evict anyone. You can only be evicted using a court order, and your policemen have come here, they don't have it. So when this husband called Jay discovers that he has lost it all, now he goes to the land board. He says, you see what I'm telling you, viewers, is the land is still in Jay's father's name. It has not even changed hands. And Jay was just given part of the land, just like another child, another son that were given. And everybody was given their land where to settle. But now Jay wants to evict his wife. So the land is still in the name of Jay's father. So it belongs to Jay's father. So Jay drags the father to court, to the land board, local land board. And he's telling the father, remove this woman from that land. Why is this father-in-law and the mother-in-law to Agnes, why are they from heaven? They have supported Agnes. They have supported her. They went to the land board and said, this is our daughter-in-law, we know her very well. Our son brought her home. We have feasted our home. We've done what culturally we should do for her to become our wife. So what our son is talking about, we don't know. If he doesn't want to stay with her on that piece of land, let him look for land and buy. But the man is so committed to throwing away Agnes from the land so that he may complete the house, that the infrastructure that Agnes has started with her money and then brings in a new wife. But who is Agnes for you? Let me start telling you where Agnes did it right. Yeah, where Agnes did it right. First, we say in our language, ka ate mwanilwe nikoe. What it means, when a chicken has been threatened by the ego, it grows very clever. So Agnes is very clever. So what she's doing, even when she's doing the local constructions, even when she's constructing the small house where they're living, she has some bills of quantities, BQs, she has an agreement with the contractor, she has a declaration form showing that she has contracted the contractor and he has built that. When she's building the poultry house, when she's building the boys' quarters, when she's building the store, she has some BQ signed by a contractor. So Agnes is already collecting sufficient documents, information, because she has already started seeing a red flag. And then there's one important document that Agnes has. You see, the husband is saying, I met this girl online, she's only my girlfriend, she came home, blackmailed my parents, and stuck here, so I want to throw her away. And the guy is forgetting. This one time he was using Agnes' title deed to get a loan from the bank. So the bank told them to sign a marriage affidavit. What did Agnes do? Because she had started seeing the red flags, she kept a copy of the marriage affidavit. So she's accumulating her documents. So when the man is going, Jay is dragging the parents to land board and to the deceased place, Agnes has served them with all the documents. So everywhere where the parents are being taken to be accused that they are keeping Agnes illegally there, Agnes has served the father-in-law and the mother-in-law with relevant documentations. There are contracts, there's a marriage affidavit, and let me tell you something, viewers, an affidavit can vindicate you in a court of law. And some of the guy is trying to throw out, but all indications are that Agnes is a wife. Agnes has been there for more than six years. She's developed the farm, she's constructed, she even has animals, goats, sheep, donkeys, name them. She has planted trees that have grown. And the question is, if she's a trespasser, why did they not report to court on time? So Jay is so desperate. He's trying to run up and down to throw Agnes out, but who is Agnes? She knows the law very well. Then there's one thing that Agnes has done, viewers, that I want to encourage your women to do. Why is the father and the mother-in-law defending her? Why are they protecting Agnes against their own son? One, they have known that their own son has been using women and dumping. They are very clean, they are Christians, they don't want to use Agnes. Second, Agnes has integrated very well with the community, with the church, with the local committees for funerals, with anyone, name it. So even if you ask a woman in the market who is Agnes, they'll tell you she's the wife of so and so. So what I'm saying is that documents again, evidence again, has vindicated Agnes. Even when the husband is so chummed with 30+ million shillings as his pension, he cannot bribe enough, even if he was to bribe, to throw Agnes away from that land. I'll be talking about matrimonial property, but let me briefly tell you, viewers, a matrimonial home is so important. A spouse cannot just wake up one day and throw you away from your matrimonial property. So we have learned of a lady called Agnes who has used evidence again to vindicate her before a court of law. Agnes is enjoying her life in Nairobi where she works. She doesn't bother. The husband and his young brother are running helter-skelter, trying to throw her out, but she knows the law. And therefore, she knows God, and God has protected her. Bye-bye, viewers. Let's meet in our next video where I'll be talking about a wife from hell. Bye-bye. Enjoy your lunch. Bonsoir.